Okay, question 10 is in a sequence in the series, fella. So triangle, T1, height of 8, base of 2. 8, base of 2, so that's going to split that into 1, 1. And then each time you try and squeeze more rectangles into the triangle. So draw T4 in the grid below based on the triangle given on the grid. Okay, well look, T4, so it's going to have, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, so about, yeah, so it's going to have 8 notches there, and the first two, it's going to be a triangle, and the next two, so it's going to be split in 4, each is going to have a height of 2, and you just create a triangle from each of these. So it's that, 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 and that. Okay, so the total area of the 3 rectangles in T3 is 32 over 3. Okay, so let's have a look at it. So this fella, total area. Okay, so that's going to be 8. It's going to be 1 and 1. So that perpendicular fella splits that in 2. So it's base of 2, so it's split into 1, 1. Okay, so let's see, it has that, it has that. Okay, so that is going to be, well, the hypotenuse will be the square of both sides, so it'll be root 65, which isn't going to be much use to us, but that's just a fact. Okay, so let's do similar triangles. So the whole hat is 8, 1. So then you take a small triangle up here. Those two triangles are going to be absolutely similar. So that side is going to be similar with this. That side is going to be similar with that fella. And that side is going to be similar with the same one. So the ratio at which they're split is going to determine the ratio of the sides. Okay, so this fella up here, that height is, we're told, is going to be 8 over 3 because they all have to have equal heights. Which means this side is going to be 1 over 3 because it's going to be in the same ratio. That is 1, that's going to be a third of it. Okay? And similarly for this guy, this is going to be a height of now 8 over 3 twice, so it's going to be 2/3 of 8, so that's going to be 2/3. Okay, so let's put in the rectangles. And so the area of the rectangles is going to be, right, well, the first fella, its height is going to be 8 over 3. They're all going to have a height of 8 over 3. So the rectangular height is going to be, the height is going to be the same for all these rectangles because we're told that's by definition 8 over 3. Then, so we need the base. So what's the base going to be? Well, it's going to be the base of the triangle multiplied by 2. So here we see it's going to be 1, so it's multiplied by 2. So all of them are going to be multiplied by 2. So let's keep the 2 out here. So just inside here now will just be the base. So that's 1. The base of this file is 2/3. And the base of the last file is 1/3. So 2 by 8 over 3. So basically putting it a bit more succinctly, 1/3, 2/3, and 3/3. Alright, so that is 3/3, so that's 2. So it's 2 by 2 by 8 over 3, which is equal to 32 over 3, which is, what are we, told, yeah, QED, that's what we're asked to do. Okay, find the total area of the rectangle at TN. So I'll give you a little bit of there. Okay, so the area of the rectangle, so let's say it's N now. The area of the rectangles is going to be the height of each triangle, which is 8 over N this time. All of the triangles will find then. What's the base going to be? Well, you're going to start with, again, it's going to be twice by the base of each triangle. So it's going to be 1 plus 1 over n, 2 over n, 3 over n, and so on. So 1 over n plus 2 over n, it's going to be the same as this. So it's going to be, where n is 3 here is 1 over n, 2 over n, 3 over n. So it's 2 over n plus 3 over n, and on until the end. Okay, so we now just have to work about this. Square units in terms of n in simplest form. Okay, so how do we work out that sequence? Well, Sn is equal to J's for start tables. How do you get Sn again? Sequence, where's sequences and series here? Sequence and series 13. Okay. Where did that go? Oh yeah, here we are. So there it is. So that's going to be, and it is an arithmetic series, is it? Or is it? No, it's not. It's a geometric series because it's multiplied by 1 over n each time, is it? You know. Let's think about it. It's 1 over n, 1 over n plus 2 over n plus 3 over n all the way to n over n. So that's 1 over n, and each time you're multiplying that term, by an r. Okay, so the sum of the sequence is going to be a 1 minus r over n over 1 minus r. Okay, so what's r? It's an arithmetic series, isn't it? It's an arithmetic series where the additional is 1 over n, isn't it? Yeah. And I just have to think about this. Okay, so it's 1 over n. Yeah, so what you're adding each time. Okay, so your first term is this, and you're adding 1 over n to it. So a is equal to 1 over n, and d is equal to 1 over n. So an arithmetic series, so t of n then will be equal to 1 over n plus n minus 1 . Yep, okay, so yeah, that's the term. Okay, so S of n is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1d. So n over 2 to 2 over n minus 1 d is 1 over n. Okay, so n is equal to n over 2 to n plus 1 over n. So s of n is equal to s n plus 1 over 2. Is that right? I'm messing it up with different, I think I'm mixing it up with different things. N minus 1 over 2, can that be right? Okay, let's take a value of n. Okay, so let's take n equals 3. So it's a third plus 2/3 plus 3/3. What's happening each time? You're taking this as that, and then you're taking a third being the, so that's a, and r is equal to a third as well. Sum them up and get 2. Would that work? Yeah, that would actually work, yeah. Okay, that's a surprising result, but it would work. Okay, and then the square, so the area is equal to 16 over n by n plus 1 over 2. So the area then is equal to 8 n plus 1 over n. Let's try that for area n equals 3. And you get a is equal to 24 over 3. No, it is equal to 4. It's 32 over 3, which is correct. Okay, so that's your area. Okay, that's your area for that guy. It's a little bit unusual. Okay. All right. Total area. Okay, so total area of a rectangle for the n term of the different sequence of group triangles is equal to this. So it's not the same as what I've got. Yeah, n plus 1 over n. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Okay, so he's kind of given the answer there. Kind of different. Total area a of n is equal to 8 into n minus 1 over n. Work out the value for n, the area of the triangle on the right. Okay, so the area of the triangle on the right is half the base by the perpendicular height. So the area of that triangle is 8. Yeah. And I suppose it's from, hang on now, that is 8 minus 1 over n. So the limit as an then approaches infinity is the limit of that. So that would go to 0, which is equal to 8. Yes, correct. Okay. So work out the value for n for which an is greater than 90% of the area. Okay, so what value? Okay, so that is bigger than 95% of 8. So bigger than what's 95% of 8? What's 5% of 8? It's 8 over 20. So 2 over 5, which is equal to 0.4. So it's 7.6, is it? Okay. So n minus 1 over n bigger than 7.6 over 8. N minus 1 bigger than, okay, n has to be positive, so it's no problem going over there. 7.648. Okay, so basically we're dividing by 8 there, so that would be 0.95, nice one, by n. So it's 0.05 n bigger than 1. Multiply through it by 20, is it? Bigger than 20. So the first value would be n equals 21, yeah? Check it. An